What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, if we just swing over to the news page on the left hand side, you can see here at the top that there is a faction tournament using champions from the Corrupted Alliance to win. But this tournament actually has a twist, and that's the reason for this video, which we will break down in a second, because it is Halloween, so happy Halloween. And as you see in Teleria, there's pumpkins everywhere. There's champions running around, picking up their trick or their treats, and lots going on. Not really. Where's the events? Where's the pumpkins? At least put one sitting on the forge or something. All we've got in the game is some packs. So you guys have to spend money to get your Halloween fix this year. It's a little bit odd because on Christmas, they put a bit of a ice rink around here. Not sure how they're going to do it for 2022. Because K will probably slip on the Ultra Souls and turn him into a 6-star blessing. But yeah, I just wish they would have made a bit of an effort. I did see Jay Giggs' video, and that kind of sprung to mind like, do you know what? You're right. Where is all of the seasonal stuff in this game? Just seems like we have to spend money. But anyway, back into the faction tournament, the main reason for this video. So basically how this is going to work is, they're going to be running a series of special tournaments, that will require you to use specific factions. For this round of tournaments, only champions from the Corrupted Alliance, so Demon Spawn, Undead Hordes, Dark Elves, and Knights Revenant, will be able to be used. But here's the best bit. You get to decide which factions to use and where to use them. So if we get to decide our factions, can we decide our rewards as well? Because I'm kind of low on epic skill terms. But just hit the details button below to see the special event page and place your vote, which we will do in a second. You can then vote for each faction you'd like to use the most and take on each of the 4 artifact and accessory dungeons. You'll only be able to pick one faction for each dungeon, and you can't pick any faction more than once. You must place one vote for each dungeon in order for your vote to be counted, and everyone in the game is able to vote. And the faction that gets the most votes for each dungeon will be chosen for the relevant tournament. So it's kind of a play on the faction games, I guess, from Deadwood Jedi. That was a lot of fun, by the way. But I feel like they've just missed the mark here. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the way that I'm reading this is, we're going to be voting for our factions. Let's just bring that up. So let's just say we go into the Dragons. We choose our Dark Elves or Knights Revenant, for example. Some players in this game don't have amazing champions for specific factions, but in some they could have amazing ones. For example, in the Undead Hordes, they might have like every single legendary and epic in the game. But in the Knights Revenant, RNG has never managed to get them some cool champions, such as Tomb Lord and Theodore, for example, as poisoners. So let's just say it goes to the Ice Golem, right? And we end up with the Undead Hordes, and some people have amazing champions like Bad El-Khazar for the Undead, but all of their poisoners are in Knights Revenant. Now, for me, to make this a real faction tournament, they should have allowed players to pick and choose from their specific rosters and their accounts which factions they wanted to use for each specific tournament, right? So you could have a series of tournaments where it's the Undead going up against the Knights Revenant, and you can kind of see what factions players in those groups are using just for some simple icons in the tournaments, right? So if we just go in here, so we're just going to Spider Tournament. So right here, you can have an Undead Hordes logo, a Knights Revenant one. But then people can't use that same faction again for other tournaments. So it keeps stuff fresh for them, right? Makes them want to think about teams they want to use and how they can counter the Knights Revenant. And I think that would have been a lot more fun. And if players didn't want to go for it, they don't have to participate, right? But there can be specific ones where they're like, I'm really strong in this faction. Let me go all out on the dragon or something like that. And I feel like that would have been the best way to go around it. Because right now, if you're in a lobby where somebody has a Theodore, right? They're going to be blowing up and just rinsing off all of their energy to take them down. Whereas somebody like myself, I've got some really cool champions, but I don't have a Theodore. So I'm going to have to think about how am I going to go up against somebody with that champion. And that's just kind of one scenario. But yeah, I don't really want to spoil the fun out of it, as some of you guys might be excited. Just want to give my take on how they maybe might want to do it in the future. And let me know if you agree with that. Also on the final day, so on the Friday the 11th, there's going to be a classic arena battle using champions from the Corrupted Alliance for any of the factions. So this one will be a bit of fun, and I kind of prompt you guys to set defenses so people know that you're participating in an event and you can have fun together of taking down this tournament. And I'm kind of looking forward to this one the most. So if you guys do want to get with me on it, set your defenses of using champions from the Corrupted Alliance and see where we can take it. But yeah, you guys can navigate this in the news page and see it for yourself. And now I'm going to choose which faction I think is worthy, or ones that I think people might be going for on a traditional standpoint. I'm not going to actually place my vote, I'm just going to hypothetically do it. So in terms of the undead, I'm going to think that this is the best one for Dragon. Reason being is, the Dragon is the easiest, or should I say, well, it is the easiest dungeon to do in this game. And many players will have Ultimate Deathknight from the campaign that just finished, and he's a phenomenal champion because he's great for support, and if champions do die, he should be able to pretty much solo this, in my opinion, in a good gear set, which I've seen many content creators do in the past. But also because there's a big range of champions, probably the most range of legendaries in a faction in this game. We've got like Mishaud, Vlad the Lightborn, Suzerain Catan for drop defense, Badel Khazar for poisons, and also a lot of support such as Gorgorab and Vogoth. And I feel like this is a good faction for the Dragon. Reason being is, well, let's just go through this. If we go into the Ice Columns now, we're going to want Poisoners. And I feel like Dark Elves is going to open up that opportunity. Because we've got Mithrala Lifebane, who you get from the, what's it called? The Hydra boss. Vizix from Daily Login. Lydia the Death Siren for block revive on the minions. So I feel like this is a great faction to throw into the mix. And Dark Kael for poison as well, with decreased attack. So I'm going to go with the Dark Elves for the Ice Golem. I feel like that'll be a great pick. Our Finite's Castle with a stand out for the Demon Spawn, because we've got wave clearing champions and a lore. So if you don't have a lore, it will be pretty hard though. So that's kind of where I'm saying, like, let players choose their fate, in a sense. Yeah, for now, I'm going to say that. And then for the Spider's Den, I changed my mind. I actually changed my mind. So I'm going to choose the Knight's Revenant for Ice Golems. Because we do have Tomb Lord, we do have Theodore, and they're two of the best champions. We've got Nama the Returned, we've got Shemnath, that Nubraid showed in the faction gives us really good for wave clearing. We've got Rector Drop for revives, we've got sustainability, we've got cleanses. I'm going to do that. Maybe not for speed farms, but in terms of survivability, I think we can do it with the Knight's Rev. Then Ice Golems, we're going to go Demon Spawn. And then for this one, we're going to go Dark Elves because of Cold Heart for enemy max HP. And that's kind of how I would do my one. But you guys, let me know in the comment section below. Do you kind of resonate with this? Is this kind of the best way you think we should go? But let me know each of the factions you would use and which champions. Alright, so in terms of tournaments, we do have a Galian Pact Ice Golem event coming up very soon. So if you want to see a separate video on that, let me know in the comments below. I'm just going to leave you guys with a dungeons run to wrap up this video. We're going to stage 25. No, let's go into stage 20. So this is a fun little team that I put together. We got a normal Deathknight, an ultimate Deathknight. So a father and son combo. And we got Vogel for support and Suzerain Catan for drop defense and weaken. And this should be able to pretty much carry easily to the boss and stuff. But yeah, that's going to be all for the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.